King James versus NIV, excerpts from Daniel 3, beginning with the King James. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up. But if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning, fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more, so much so that the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, so the guards. So Nebuchadnezzar says, Did we not cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. And being gathered together, they saw these men, upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was an hair of their head singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them. And Nebuchadnezzar, the same one who threw them in the fire, says, Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hath sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies, that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own God. So NIV, are you not worshiping my gods or worshiping the image of gold I have set up? If you don't, you'll be thrown immediately into a blazing furnace. Then what God will be able to rescue you from my hand? And they said, We do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to save us from it, and he will rescue us from your hand, O king. But even if he does not, we want you to know, O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up. So he heated it 7 times, killed the soldiers, and he says, I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods. So he tells them to come out, and they're not harmed. Not a hair on their head was singed, their robes were not scorched, and there was no smell of fire on them. And he praises the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They trusted in him and defied the king's command, and were willing to give up their lives rather than serve or worship any god except their own God. We've got to stand for something. He'll stand with us.